This video shows you how to remotely access any active device that is connected to a CommBox Edge LAN or WAN. Two different methods are available for remote access: the Remote Connections tool at the CommBox Edge Cloud portal and the Connect application. For both options, all you need to know is the IP address of the connected device and the port you'd like to use for communications. Let's first set up remote access with the Remote Connections tool. Log into the CommBox Edge Cloud portal. Then select the site or location of the device you want to access. Now select Remote Connections. This table lists all remote connections that were created for devices connected to the selected CommBox Edge. Some are automatically generated, as CommBox Edge will detect devices that have port 80 and 443 open. The first entry is always the CommBox Edge itself. You can access this Edge OS web interface by either clicking the link or copying its Connect URL to your browser. But let's go ahead and add a new connection. Select Generate Link. Name this connection, then enter the device's IP address. Next, enter the port and protocol you want to use to communicate with this device. Note that the Remote Connections tool only supports ports 80 and 443. If you need to use a different port, you'll need to switch to the Connect application. More on that later. By default, your remote connection link will expire in 24 hours, which is adequate for many common use cases. But you can change it to expire on any date and time you wish. Next, append a descriptive suffix to the URL, so you can identify it easily. Finally, we recommend adding an authentication email to protect the connection. Whenever someone tries to access it, a verification code will be emailed to this address. When you're done, select Submit. You can now connect to the device directly from here. You can also copy its auto-generated Connect URL and share it with the person who needs access. Going forward, you can temporarily revoke access or delete the remote connection entirely at any time. In either case, the Connect URL will no longer work. Now let's set up remote access with the standalone Connect application for Windows or Mac OS. First, you need to download the app from the CommBox Edge Cloud portal. Log into the portal, then select Software Configuration. Next, select Connect App and download the appropriate installer to your computer. Install and launch the app. Log into the app with your Cloud Portal credentials. Then search for the location of the device you want to access. This is the same thing as the site in the Cloud Portal. Once you've found it, select Add. Next, expand the panel for that location. Then select Add Connection. The default connection to the Edge OS web interface is duplicated. Let's edit its fields to set up a new connection to the engine room computer. Give the connection a name. Then select the protocol you'd like to use for communications. As you can see, more options are available than the Remote Connections tool. You're not limited to ports 80 and 443. You can use any port. For now, let's select RDP for Remote Desktop. Next, enter the IP address and port of this connection. Let's use port 3389 for Remote Desktop. Leave the local address set to localhost. That's your computer. Then select Save. Your remote connection has been set up. To use it, select Start, then Open, assuming the CommBox Edge is online. To end your session, select Stop. You can also close all your open connections at once. Note that, unlike the Remote Connections tool, the Connect app doesn't generate URLs, so you can't share the connection with others. You must use the app installed on your computer. This concludes our brief tutorial on remote access. To learn more, refer to the associated topic in the knowledge base. If you have any questions, please contact KVH Technical Support.